Today we're taking a look at the 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5 Turbo Premium. Now, this compact SUV blends sharp design, premium comfort, and turbocharged power. And we're going to look at what's new, how it drives, how much space you're going to get, so let's talk about what's new for 2025. This is a carryover model, so it hasn't had a refresh done since 2022. And Mazda just simplified some of the packaging on the higher trim. So features like the wireless phone charging, USB-C ports, and the rear seat heaters now are standard on more models. Pricing did slightly increase for 2025, about $500 over 2024. But no big mechanical changes, so the CX-5 continues to be the best handling compact SUV that you can buy. Here on the outside, you have platinum quartz metallic, and I love this Kodo design that Mazda has been using for about the last decade. It just doesn't get old. It always looks good. You've got black grille, you got black trim all the way around, you got nice opening for the radiator here, you've got LED headlights up there, and I like the way the hood comes over, kind of looks like an eyebrow on there. It kind of gives it a more sinister look. Mazda has always had great designs for their front ends. It is one of my favorite. And we come around to the side here and you get these 19-inch gloss black wheels on this Turbo Premium. They are simple, but they just look good. I also like all of the black trim going around the outside here. I think it looks good. It really sets off this quartz metallic paint. When we come around to the back though, that's where we get into some chrome. And although I like the design and the shape of the back here, I think it looks really good. I think they should have went ahead and went with the black badges here and got rid of all of this chrome back here. I don't like the mixture of the black and the chrome. Either do chrome or do black or something like that. I don't like having both mixed up, but they do give you dual exhaust down here to kind of give it a little more sporty look for that turbo power. And you get rain sensing wipers on this trim and also a power liftgate. So inside, you get about 29 cubic feet of space. It's a decent amount of space, and I think that for most applications it's going to be great. For most families, you're not going to have a problem using this. It does come with a cargo cover if you want to use that. They are pretty easy to take out, so you don't have to have that back there if you don't want to. And then we can look underneath here. You do have a full spare tire, which is awesome. Like I said, I love it when they're putting the spare tires back in. It's like they took them away for a while and realized it really doesn't make a difference and everybody wants one, so they left them in there. Now we don't have any, we do have power back here. I didn't think we had any power back here. We do have 12 volt power right there. Small little cubby hole on each side. And then we can drop this second row and they just have handles right here. So you just got a flip and a flip. And they didn't go all the way down because they got in the way of the front seat. So that kind of tells you that the back seats are probably, it's probably a little narrow back there for adults, but we'll check that out here in a little bit. But if you put those down and you lay them down flat, that will give you about 59.3 cubic feet of space. So decent amount to move some furniture, pick up some stuff at the hardware store if you need to. All right, let's take a look at this interior in here. So we've just got a black interior, but it does look premium and nice. And you do have some red stitching going along the outside here. You do have, this is kind of soft up here. This is all soft here, a little like carbon fiber look going through here, but I believe it's just plastic. A small amount of piano black here, and there's a little bit more on the inside in there. This is all hard plastic down here, which is okay because it just makes it easy to clean. And you do have a Bose stereo system in this one. Here are your powered leather seats. They are heated and ventilated here in the front. You do have memory seating right here, and you do have lumbar control. These are have been pretty comfortable so far. I've only driven this for a few days, but so far they are working out great. Let's go ahead and get inside and see some of these other features a little bit closer. All right, as we come across the dash here, now this is kind of a softer material here, but you can see this doesn't have the red stitching up here. It just has gray stitching. Here's more of that kind of carbon fiber look material going across there. You got a huge glove box down here, pretty good size. This is your 10.25 inch infotainment screen, and we come across, you do have heads-up display. We can see it right out there, and then you come down and you have your driver's display. This driver's display is a combination of digital and analog, so you kind of have some digital numbers and stuff up there, but the hands and stuff are analog on the right side and the left side, and fully digital on the middle. And you do have a few little things here on each side. Now we're gonna pull back here. We do have on this side a hatch release, and then you also have camera view. So we can press that camera view button, and then that's going to give us a 360 view and also what is directly in front of us. Okay, so we press the view button again and it will change the view. So there's kind of a narrower or a widescreen view of what's in front of us. And then you can also do this view, which is the sides. So you can see what's on each side of your car. So just a traditional round steering wheel, no flat bottom or anything like that. I'm surprised that Mazda hasn't gone to the flat bottom, since pretty much everybody else is heading in that direction. But on this one, on the right side, you have all of your driver assistance features, including your lane centering and adaptive cruise. And then on the left side, you have your stereo adjustments, your volume, and your voice recognition, and your phone. We'll come on over here to the driver's display. This is the same driver's display that they've been putting in all of these Mazdas recently. Now this part here, this is Mazda's system. And with Mazda's system, it is not a touchscreen, just so you're aware. And you have to use this dial right back here. Now, some people think that that's a little bit of a pain, but it actually saves you from having to reach up there if you need to change things. And once you get used to this, it actually is really nice. So you have a fuel efficiency monitor, and then on down below, we also have like a home button that takes you straight back out to whatever you need to go to. You can go into settings, you can swing down and you got in-vehicle displays, all of your settings here, including vehicle settings that you can go into with your doors, your lighting, and all of that. Works really well. It does have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And when you have it in Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, this is a touchscreen. So you can use it as a touchscreen, or you can use the dial on those also. I think it's nice that you actually have a choice that you can choose to do. Down below, we've got two vents, and then we have the heated steering wheel button is right here. Then you have buttons for everything else on your climate control. There's your heated seats and your ventilated seats right there on both sides. And you have auto climate control. Down below, we have a 12-volt plug right in here. If I can get my hand in there, that's a little tight getting in there. So it's right there. Under that door, you do have a wireless phone charger right here. And then coming back, you have a standard shifter, which I like to see. And then you have your drive mode buttons. We'll hit that drive mode button and you have sport, normal, and off-road. If we come back, we've got an electronic parking brake, we've got auto hold, and then this is your dial. And like I said, you got music, you got home, your navigation, your favorites, and you have a back button. And then you can control your volume right here too. So you don't have to reach up to that screen to do anything. Back behind that, we've got two cup holders right here. And then we have our armrest. It is small and it is a little far back, but if you rest your hand on your gear shifter, you're going to have your elbow on this. So it's not too bad. I would like to see it up a little bit farther. We open that up and you have a small tray in here, and then you just have a small compartment down in there. It is about a little above wrist depth, and then you also have a 12 volt in there, and 2 more USB-C plugs. This one is also equipped with the sunroof, so that you have, and then also, just like Ford, Mazda always has sunglass holders. Now, if you noticed inside here, it is all black, but it is all soft touch leather pretty much everywhere. Everything is soft touch in here, except for the lower areas where you usually hit your feet and scuff your feet and stuff like that. It makes it easier to clean if they are of a harder plastic. So I really like the design in here, and I think they are really doing a good job having a premium interior in here versus staying in their price range and saying, well, we're just going to give you cheaper stuff. They are keeping it at a low price range, but then giving you so much more premium stuff than what the other competitors in this lineup are doing. All right, so now we're going to hop back into the second row, see how much space there is, make sure there's enough space. For me, I am 6 foot tall, so if I can fit back there, then most other people will be able to fit back there without any problem. Something I do want you to see is how far this door opens. Now, this door pretty much is 90 degrees open, so you have no problem getting yourself in and out, car seats in and out, that type of thing. Makes it so much easier to maneuver back here. But I'm gonna get in. Driver's seat is in my driving position, and as you can see, it is a little tight. My knees are in my cutout of the seat here, so I would be okay on short distances, but probably not something at a real long distance unless I had the driver kind of tilt their seat up or scoot up a little bit closer to give me a little bit more room to relax. Above my head, I've got about 3 to 4 inches, so that isn't a problem. But yeah, so this is just a little bit tight. If you're much taller than 6 foot, you probably would be a little uncomfortable. Let's hop inside and I'll show you what's back here for the passengers. So first we're going to look at the door panel here, and of course it looks just like the front. You do have a compartment for your water bottle there. You got a little bit of piano black right here and a little bit of carbon fiber, but you can see it just brought everything from the front. They brought it to the back to make it coherent and show that it can be a premium offering, because this is all soft, this is all leather, all of this is leather. It's not plastic until you get down to these lower sections. You even have a CX-5 badge in the back. Usually they're only in the front. All right, we're gonna get in. You can see that there are 2 vents back here. So even on this small of a vehicle, you do have vents, and which is actually doesn't happen a lot. And then you do have mat pockets in the back, and we do have a center armrest with 2 cup holders here, and here are your heated seats for the back. There's the buttons right in here for that. Then this lifts up and you have a compartment here. You can put your cell phone away if you need to, and you have 2 more USB-A plugs inside of here. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of vehicles that have all of this in here. So yeah, I do feel that they are really doing a great job with this premium offerings in these lower cost vehicles. They're doing a great job. Okay, so I said this had turbocharged power, so let's go look at that engine. So in the Turbo Premium trim, you get this 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder called the Sky Active G, and it puts out 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque on regular fuel. If you put premium in this, you do get 256 horsepower. You also get a 0 to 60 time in around 6.2 seconds. Here we go. And there's 60. Wow, it's about 6 seconds, but it sounds great. This also comes with a 6-speed automatic transmission, and as I mentioned earlier, that all the CX-5s come standard with all-wheel drive. EPA has this rated at 24 miles per gallon, and you're gonna tow up to about 2,000 pounds with this. Now the CX-5 Turbo Premium feels athletic. It feels great into the corners. You don't feel a lot of body roll. They've really tuned this well. The turbo engine pulls strong, and it gives you plenty of power when you need it, like passing people on the highway, getting up on the interstate. It just feels really good and really gives you that extra power over the base engine. The steering is really tight. You can really feel what's going on with the car, and it feels great when you're on the back roads going through the corners. Even with this compact SUV, you don't feel a lot of body roll, and the steering just feels great. Now, the Turbo Premium comes with a 19-inch wheels, which causes it to have a little bit stiffer ride on top of the already sporty ride that it has. So you're gonna feel some extra little bumps and stuff. If that's not something you want, then you better go get the small lower trim and stay away from the 19-inch wheels. The Turbo Premium includes Mazda's iActive Sense Safety Suite. In that you get adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and auto emergency braking. Driver attention alert and high beam assist add peace of mind with a 5-star NHTSA rating and recent IIHS top safety pick. The CX-5 offers strong protection for families. We're going to do a little rundown on pricing. So the base CX-5 2.5S starts at $28,570. The Turbo Premium that you see in front of you is going to start at $37,800, and this one, as tested with all of the options and the destination fee, comes in at $41,000. Here's how the CX-5 stacks up against its biggest rivals. The Honda CR-V and the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid give you more cargo space and better mileage, but they don't feel as solid or as fun to drive. And the Hyundai Tucson and Volkswagen Tiguan have more tech and optional features, but the Mazda still wins for driver feel and interior quality at this price. Now it's time for the OSR vehicle rating, and I score every vehicle according to these 10 categories, and the CX-5 Turbo Premium received a total OSR score of 80. The CX-5 stands out for its refined drive, class-leading design, and safety features. It isn't the roomiest, but it feels more luxurious and sportier than most of its competitors. Strong reliability and Mazda's attention to detail make it a great choice for daily drivers who want something special. If you're looking for a compact SUV that's fun to drive and feels premium without the luxury brand price tag, then the CX-5 Turbo Premium is the one to try. But if you need more space or you need more miles per gallon, then check out the CR-V Hybrid or the RAV4 Hybrid. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.